Hello fellow trekkers and welcome back to my channel. For those who are new here, my name is Beck from Trek with Beck and I am currently making my way up the Coral Coast. I have just come from Coral Bay, which is absolutely amazing. I swam with some whale sharks and now I am here to show you everything there is to see and do around Exmouth. So hello fellow trekkers and welcome back. So we've just driven from Coral Bay down to Exmouth. We arrived in Exmouth probably about an hour ago and then we headed straight to the Cape Range National Park. You will have to pay an entry fee to get here, but our first stop was Yardie Creek, which is at the very end of the national park, the very southern side. We decided just to come here and have a quick look. It is way too hot to actually do any of the hikes, like it's like 38 degrees and it's the middle of the day, so we're not doing that. Also, I am insanely burnt on my back, so I'm not going to put myself through that and go in much more sun for the rest of this trip. But it's actually really full at the moment, and I don't know if you guys can see, but the crossing actually is flowing, so that usually doesn't happen. So there must have been a bit of rain up here recently because everything is actually quite green too, but this is the first time I've come to Yardie Creek and it's actually been quite full. So it's quite amazing actually to have a little bit of a look and walk across it. But anyway, we're at Yardie Creek. There are two walking trails you can do. One is 2 kilometers return. The second one is 1.2 kilometers. Leads you up the gorge up there and you get a pretty good look of Yardie Creek and the gorges below. So that is a good one to do, but I would recommend you do that in the morning because it gets very hot here and it can get very hot in the gorges as well. Pretty much any hike you want to do in Exmouth, do in the early morning. Probably try to finish before like 10 AM because otherwise it's just going to be way too hot. But yeah, so we've just had a look here and now we're just going to go stop off and look at some of the beaches, which are really nice and some of the best beaches in Australia. Before I show you some of the beaches in this national park, I just wanted to say that the best campground to camp along here is definitely Osprey Bay. If you are looking to camp along the stretch of coastline, try getting here. If not, there are a lot of other options. At Osprey Bay, you're just really close to the shore where there's heaps of turtles. It's got really nice facilities and some of the best campgrounds in the national park. So we've just been to Oyster Stacks, not Oyster Shack, Oyster Stacks, and annoying beeping. We're going to go to one of Australia's top rated beaches of all time. So pretty exciting. It's we didn't go snorkeling at Oyster Stacks just because I am severely sunburnt on my back and I'm just trying to keep that out of the sun as much as possible, so I've decided to keep all the snorkeling for this next bay we're going to, which is very exciting. So the next bay we went to, of course, is Turquoise Bay, which is one of the best beaches on this stretch of coastline and was voted in the top 10 best beaches in Australia. Now, I did lie, we didn't actually go snorkeling here just because the water clarity was really bad because it was high tide. However, the beach itself was absolutely gorgeous, and I do apologise for my lack of filming during this episode of my Coral Coast road trip. It was towards the end of the trip and I kind of got a little bit lazy.
The next day.
everyone, so we are just currently in Shot Hole Canyon. We have just driven the 4-wheel drive track into the center of the canyon, which is really lovely. As you can see from behind me, it's got amazing views, and it really just gives you kind of an idea of how large this canyon system actually is when you're down the bottom of it. There is a little bathroom down there too, and there is a picnic area. Not really sure why you would want to have a picnic in here, because it is very hot. It's like 36, 37 degrees, humid, muggy. It wouldn't be pleasant, but I mean, each to their own. There's also, just if you can see these little steps behind me, you can go up to a very nice viewpoint where I got some photos. But yeah, it's a really nice thing to come and do. Like, definitely go to Charles Knife Canyon too. We went there this morning for sunrise. It's also a really lovely sunset spot. And definitely come into Shot Hole Canyon too if you have a 4-wheel drive, only because it is very rocky and you have to go over quite a few riverbeds. So I wouldn't recommend coming down here with a 2-wheel drive, but yeah, it's lovely. It's a lovely little just thing to come and do, and you got to see the canyons. That's one of the best parts of Cape Range National Park, besides the beaches. I'm going to leave this Coral Coast road trip here. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and following me along on this little adventure. Can't wait to show you guys the next one. Keep an eye out, because it's going to be the Kennedy Ranges and Mount Augustus. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe and make sure you click the like button and follow me along for all my other adventures. Bye, guys.